I came to China because almost the world's economy depends on China in terms of manufacturing of goods, and China is very good at business.
This is Xiaobei, also known as Little Africa in Guangzhou, China. The Chocolate City, as it's also called, was home to about 14,000 African residents pre-pandemic.
Guangzhou city is so welcoming. Guangzhou people are so friendly as compared to other cities I've been to.
For over 12 years, China has been Africa's largest trading partner. So it's little wonder that enterprising Africans have set up base there.
The African community based in Guangzhou, they are preferring Guangzhou specifically because Guangzhou is also having a port. So if they are even buying their goods, it's easy to ship them to go to African countries.
The items are moderate price, reasonable. We can make a profit for sure in Tanzania.
But these days, buying goods from China isn't as cheap anymore. Labor costs have gone up. That's because China's population is aging. In 2022, it shrank for the first time. More young adults are also shunning blue-collar work, so it's been tough for Chinese factories to replace retiring older workers.
There's a lot of youth now, they don't care about doing some of the jobs in China now. Some of them think that the salary is too low.
This is where some, like Fabian, see an opportunity for China. Why not hire more cheap African labor? He's even lobbied local Chinese authorities to do so.
They should provide like little job for the students. After classes, you go to your job like to do your part-time.
Is there a lot of African labor that is available in China now?
I can say yes, because a lot of Africans, most of them are students, and most of them they will graduate soon.
In fact, some Chinese manufacturers are even setting up factories in Africa to tap into the lower logistics and labor costs.
They do have African workers because the labors are cheap. You know, if you're paying this person like 6,000, you can pay them like 4,000 or 3,000. They're okay with it.
But here's the catch. Unlike other countries faced with shrinking populations, China hasn't really considered welcoming migrants as a serious policy option.
Before COVID, China had about 750,000 foreign residents living here. In contrast, Japan had about 2.5 million foreign residents, and even South Korea had 1.5 million. So we usually consider Japan and Korea to be more socially conservative, but even they have more of the foreign presence than China.
The priority for China's developmental strategy really hasn't been on immigration. The priority has been in bringing down the poverty and solving the problem of too many mouths to feed.
The question is, will demographic realities force China to consider opening up to immigration? For now, Africans who want to move to China as traders or for lower skilled work might continue to find it tough to get long-term visas. China is prioritizing highly skilled immigrants. Some Africans have reported forced evictions or random quarantine checks as authorities crack down on visa overstayers. There's also discrimination to deal with. Racial tensions between Africans and locals have been running high since the pandemic.
Some of our Chinese friends were really good, but some of them, ignorance is everywhere in the world. But yeah, it was there on the street.
These are some of the clips circulating on social media.
You didn't communicate to us that you are going to go to all the Nigerian houses and then you are going to ask them to come out. No house, no way to rest. They pursue us from our house.
These days, Little Africa is quieter than it used to be. About 70% of its residents have gone back to the continent or moved on to other Chinese cities. There's less demand for Chinese goods in Africa, which is in an economic slump. And those Chinese factories and traders based in Africa are providing competition as well. But still, there are those like Fabian who hope an aging China will become more open to migrants one day.
If Chinese government can also look into it, it's gonna be amazing. Like, it will be amazing, and it will also attract more people.
China now is still concerned about the unemployment issue. Every year, the new labor market entrance is over 15 million. So this means that China will not consider immigration as an option to address its population issues. I think there will be strong resistance even if this is considered as a policy option.